What's up, my dudes? My name is Sister Turley, and this is the track review of FAMmx MotoEstate SX. So, there's actually 4 tracks on this entire compound. It's pretty big. This is just the Supercross track on the compound. There's actually 2 more motocross tracks, and then like a enduro style trail kind of track vibe going on too. So, but this is just the Supercross track on this entire compound. So, this track's actually a ton of fun because it's kind of crazy. It's got a lot of rhythm sections on it. That's what I love most about it. It just, most of the time your Supercross tracks have somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2 or 3 solid rhythm sections where it's like at least 3 jumps that you got to make sure you hit right to get to the end of the rhythm. So most of the time your average Supercross tracks just have like, I've seen tons of Supercross tracks that just have 1 main rhythm like that. So but some of them have 2 and stuff like that, and then every once in a while you'll find one that's got 3, but this one at least has like 5 or 6 on it. So it's just right up my alley. I love rhythm sections. So if you're a fan of like just rhythm sections that you're hitting kind of different ways every single time. There's no surefire rhythm like you're supposed to hit it this certain way. It's not really clear. It's you kind of discover rhythms as you go. It's really fun. It's pretty crazy because a lot of times you're hitting something and you don't even realize it, and then you're like, whoa, you can hit it like this, and then the next time you come around you're like, whoa, you can actually hit it like this. So it's crazy. There's just all different rhythms, but it's cool because even though it does have like the crazy rhythms and a lot of rhythm sections on this track, it still has a smooth vibe to it as well. So it's not super hard. So like if you come up short on a jump by like an inch, you're not just going to instantly die. You're going to be okay. It's cool. It's got a mix between like crazy rhythm sections, but it's also smooth enough to where it's forgiving at the same time. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's definitely a cool track. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff as far as just like the ground decal and stuff like that. It's all pretty basic, pretty chill, but it still looks good. So, but yeah, there's just so many rhythms. I mean, you guys will find out when you're out on this track, like every time you go around, you're always hitting something different, and I just love that about a track. I mean, that's my favorite thing, is hitting all different kinds of rhythms, because it really, especially when you're racing and stuff, it adds for so much better racing. I feel like when you have multiple different rhythm sections and stuff, and that's what Supercross is all about to me, is just the rhythm and landing it perfect and having to be perfectly smooth and not being able to hit it perfectly every time you go around because it's that difficult. And I feel like a lot of people have trouble doing that, making Supercross tracks, is it's hard to make rhythm sections that have multiple different options without it being like really hard, if that makes sense. So, and I have trouble making tracks like that as well. I mean, my Supercross tracks, a lot of my tracks that I've built have a surefire rhythm, like you're meant to hit it a certain way, but it's just awesome when you find them tracks that there's really no like way you're meant to hit it. You kind of make your own way through it. It's cool. Like you just, it's like when you find a line, it's really cool. It almost feels secret because it's so crazy that somebody might not even have figured it out yet. So that's just a really cool aspect to this track. But so you can actually triple this right here if you can get enough speed off that corner before. So ton of fun little rhythm sections. But like I said, on track, it's just got a kind of basic, almost like more of a brown dirt color, but also a little bit more of a gray whitish kind of dirt color that's more so off the track. So it's just kind of got a simple little 2-tone kind of ground decal. So but yeah, off track everything looks pretty good. And holy crap, that endo, my god, Pretty Pastrana, because I just landed that was insane. But yeah, this track's a lot of fun, and like I said, you guys will notice those rhythm sections are rad. They're pretty fun. So, but yeah, a 125, you could still hit all your main triples and everything, and you could still get across the rhythm sections. You just might have a little bit more trouble hitting like the bigger rhythm on the track if you're on a 125 or something. But yeah, just pretty chill, basic track overall. So off-track stuff, trees are pretty cool, and I got a couple other little off-track objects and stuff. But it's more just like a training compound. It's not really meant to be like a professionally built kind of Supercross track or anything, but it's a ton of fun if you're wanting to hit some crazy different rhythms and stuff. So it's kind of crazy because it's hard for me to even figure out what kind of track it's almost like you mixed a 2015 with a 14, but kind of threw in some 2012 easiness to it. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's if any of you guys have rode on all those different kind of tracks, then you would kind of know what I'm saying here. But it's just kind of hard to explain because it's like got a ton of rhythms, but it's easy enough at the same time too. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but so I'm gonna give this track a, man, I don't know. And this is just the Supercross track. I'm not like rating this whole compound or any of that. This is just simply on this one particular Supercross track right here. So I'm going to give it a 9 overall. I think it is a lot of fun, and not a whole lot of special stuff off track or on track, but it still looks decent. So and the track itself is a ton of fun. It's hard to make tracks that have a ton of different rhythms like that. So definitely hats off to the creator for that, because that's kind of hard to do a lot of the time. So it's a ton of fun though when you get on it. But either way, and it also attracts to the easier riders because everything's so smooth that you're not just going to case instantly on everything. So yeah, so I'm going to say definitely 9 overall, and I'm going to say the difficulty, that's a really fun quad right there too. You got to jump it all the way to the end to get into that corner, so it's a ton of fun too. But so I'm going to say the difficulty, it's just about that medium range, man. Even though there's a ton of rhythms and a ton of crap to hit, and it's kind of hard to get it down, but you will get it down after a few laps. But even once I like rode 5 or 6 laps on it, I was still hitting different rhythms every lap. So it's just crazy. It's a ton of fun. But yeah, so I'm just gonna say medium difficulty. So anyways, my dudes, I appreciate all you guys watching these videos, and I'll keep on making them. Thanks, guys.